set it, and Rich will put it down with some authority. A deep three from Andrews. Oh, make it rain, baby! Yes! Drives left, kicks it to the corner, to the left wing. The corner, or the wing three is up and good. Zoe Swallow dials it up from long range. Payoff pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball, center field. That's going to go here for loose. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball. That's going to get through the left side of the infield. And that's going to score another run. And that's going to be an RBI single. Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome live right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Here from beautiful Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here in Selma, Indiana, here with tonight's varsity boys baseball game between the visiting Alexandria Tigers, 9-4 coming into the evening as they take on your 3-5 Wapahani Raiders. Again, as always, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Very exciting night here from the, formerly Raider Field. Now it's going to be named Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. They're in honor of our beloved head coach out here for the past 40 years. We're going to be going through that ceremony here in just a few moments, along with recognizing the 2020 or the 2004 and 2014 state championship teams. The 2004 team. They were state runner-ups back then. There in 2004, then 2014, the Raiders won the state championship, and such great times. I remember going to the games, both of those games down there at Victory Field, 20 years ago and 10 years ago. Obviously, we got to broadcast the one there 10 years ago, but a lot of history. Obviously a great coach here and head coach Brian Dudley, and accumulated 828 victories. That is quite astounding. Went through, like I said, 40 years out here at Wapahani. I tell you, I can't say enough great things about him. Obviously, I had him as a coach, and all 4 years when I was out here at Wapahani, and to get to play for a Hall of Fame coach of his caliber and the overall knowledge of game that he had, especially for somebody that never played, was truly remarkable. But he got the best out of his players and made us great players and great young men, and going on to do great things. And like I said, we're going to recognize him here this evening, along with the 2004 and 2014 state championship team. So make sure to stay right here with us. Again, we'll have, after all that, we'll have tonight's baseball game between the visiting Alexandria Tigers and your Wapahani Raiders. Also, just a quick reminder as well, they're going to be having a fireworks let off out here this evening as well. We wanted to send a shout out there to Boomtown Fireworks. Again, they're going to be opening up Memorial Day weekend there on Willing Avenue, just across from Arby's. So just want to send a shout out there to Boomtown Fireworks. Again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back with more on the Raiders Live pregame show presented by the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association here on the WHS Network. All right, welcome back in here, ladies and gentlemen, again with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by the Liberty Perry Alumni Association, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. Again, the Liberty Perry Alumni Association is comprised of the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com to get information on any upcoming events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. Also, to purchase an engraved brick for the alumni brick walkway in front of Wapahani High School, and also what will be the newly installed here in a few months, a brick walkway out in front of Wapahani High School where the flagpole is. Make sure to just go on their website, fill out the form, and make sure to get that to President Richard Morris, again, the president of the Wapahani, or the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. So, as we get closer to time here, again, with recognizing the 2004 and 2014 state championship teams and renaming our beautiful field out here, Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. Again, we just did want to come back on here, just give you a little bit of a breakdown here for tonight's ball game. Keys here for Wapahani. Like I said, they're 3-5 so far here on the season, a very young team. And a lot of promise there, no doubt about that, and potential. But we've got to come out here, you know, from a pitching perspective, we've got to make sure we attack the zone and really challenge the opposing hitters, and we can't afford to give away free passes. So we've got to make sure we work all quadrants of the zone, up, down, side to side, try to expand a little bit, and hopefully keep the hitters off balance. You know, obviously offense got to be clicking on all cylinders 1 through 9 and make the routine plays, and we'll see what happens here from that standpoint. But really looking forward to seeing what the Raiders can put on the field here tonight. And this time now we're going to kind of switch gears here a little bit now as we recognize the 2004 state runner-up Wapahani Raiders, as we'll just kind of let PA announcer Andy Zitgraff take it from here.
As they finish their season as the 2004 2A state runner-ups, with an overall record of 27-6. 2004 team members can be found back on the baseball field this evening here on the first baseline. Team members would include number 3, Eric Van Meter. Number 4, Jared Jennings. Number 6, Drake Duncan. Number 7, Brad Rinke. Number 8, Ryan Perry. Number 9, Chase Turner. Number 10, Aaron Richardson. Number 11, Ryan Granger. Number 12, Matt Reese. Number 13, Jeff Rinke. Number 14, Andrew Guntel. Number 15, Bryant Cook. Number 16, Jeremy Hazelbaker. Number 17, Kyle Snyder. Number 19, Brad Norris. Number 21, Drew Smith. Number 22, Nathan Snyder. Number 25, Brandon Howell. And number 26, Derek Undum. The trainer for the 2014 was Julie Wilson. Assistant coaches included Jason Dudley, Brian Wilburn, and Ryan Berry. Head coach for the 2014, Brian Dudley. Congratulations, gentlemen. 20 years have flown by. Thank you for being here tonight, and we are very proud of your accomplishments at Wapahani High School. We could have another round of applause here for the 2004 Wapahani Raiders. And now for the third base side. We are also joined tonight by another championship Raider team and are thrilled to introduce the 2014 Indiana 2A state champion baseball team, the Wapahani Raiders. In 2014, the Raiders finished with a 30-4 overall record, using dominating pitching and timely hitting to win the state championship with a 2-0 victory over the Evansville modern-day Wildcats. Sophomore Zach Thompson pitched a complete game shutout to finish his sophomore year with a 13-0 record. The Raiders won the Kokomo Semi-State while Coach Dudley was in the hospital. Longtime assistant coach Jason Dudley took over for the head coach responsibilities, and found a way to defeat the Lafayette Central Catholic Knights by a score of 2-1 when sophomore Hunter Stanley slid home safely. Team members from 2014 include number 3, Drew Brandt, number 4, Zach Thompson, number 5, Luke Snyder, number 6, Brett Lawson, number 8, Alex Summers, number 9, Dougie Burgess, number 10, Talon Craycraft, number 11, Kaiser York, number 12, Colin Hoots, who was also the mental attitude winner at the state finals, number 13, Jacob Walters, number 14, Grant Thompson, number 15, Hunter Stanley, number 16, Taylor McKee, number 17, Austin White, number 19, Jordan Hill, number 20, Hayden Castor, number 21, Austin Martin, number 22, Jared Coates, number 25, Corbin Pretty, and number 27, Zach Walters. Trainer again for the Raiders in 2014 was Julie Wilson. Assistant coaches, Jason Dudley, Randy Murphy, Willie Pease, and head coach, Brian Dudley. Thank you to the 2014 state championship teams for the wonderful memories, and what a great championship season it was. Again, another round of applause, please, for the 2014 2A state champions. Of course, I should ask Dudley if he's got his long underwear on. We are excited to introduce Coach Brian Dudley, our Indiana Hall of Fame baseball coach, and honor him with the naming of our field. Coach Dudley was our head baseball coach for 40 incredible years, leading the Raiders to a 72% winning percentage and a career record of 828 wins, 320 losses, while coaching an impressive 1,148 career games. Coach Dudley's teams won 13 Delaware County titles, multiple conference titles, 18 sectional titles, 8 regional titles, 3 semi-state titles, and the 1 state title in 2014. Coach Dudley will always be remembered for his hard work, love for his players, and his obsession to maintain our beautiful, what is now the Brian J. Dudley Field. At this time, if we could please pay attention to the scoreboard. We'd like to show off our new signs in order to honor our coach. Our baseball field will now forever be known as the Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. Congratulations, Coach Dudley, and thank you for being here tonight and for all the Wapahani baseball memories under your leadership. And thank you all for coming this evening to recognize these teams and our wonderful head coach.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So again, quite the ceremony here this evening. Now, as they're going to get all the teams together here, the 2014 and 2004 team, as well as the current day roster. As, like I said, our PA announcer Andy Zitgraff just mentioned, this is now officially and forever will be Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. Well-deserved honor for him, and couldn't be happier for him. So we're going to take this all in here at the moment, and then we're going to get back to Raider baseball here this evening. Again, the Alexandria Tigers coming in at 9-4, taking on your 3-5 Wapahani Raiders. Make sure to stay right here with us. Again, here from beautiful Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We are just about set here for tonight's starting lineups. Again, here from beautiful Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here in Selma, Indiana. 9-4 Alexandria Tigers taking on your 3-5 Wapahani Raiders. Again, just a few reminders here. We just want to make mention once again, big thanks there to Boomtown Fireworks. Again, they was the ones that was just setting off fireworks a few minutes ago when we officially renamed Raider Field out here this evening. So a great night to be out here, but we want to thank Boomtown Fireworks as usual, putting on another great fireworks show. They do it for the Wapahani boys basketball team, volleyball team, all the sports out here. So again, they're going to be opening up Memorial Day weekend. They're along Wheeling Avenue, just across the street from Arby's. So make sure to get all your fireworks for the 4th of July and any other time you want. Go ahead and check out Boomtown Fireworks. Again, located there on Wheeling Avenue, just across the street from Arby's. So, again, we do want to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Big thanks here to Selma American Legion, Post 437, located at 315 South Albany Street in downtown Selma, Indiana. The Selma American Legion offers membership opportunities, so to become a Sons of the American Legion member or a woman for a membership in an auxiliary, just contact the Selma American Legion, Post 437, 765-282-7020. They also serve lunch and dinner daily, along with daily specials throughout the week. So, again, we want to thank you guys again for tuning in. Again, we'll be back here in just a few moments with tonight's starting lineups and the national anthem coming up right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Here's we take a look here at tonight's starting lineups. Again, presented by the Selma American Legion Post 437. The starting lineups here for Alexandria will look like this here for the Tigers. Leading off and playing center field, number 5, Colin Johns. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 23, number 2, Aaron Matthews. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 23, Carson Cuneo. He'll be hitting for the pitcher, number 21, Griffin Cox. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 34, Trevor Martin. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 17, Cade Abshire. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 1, Will Rowland. Batting seventh, catching, number 27, Adrian Smith. Batting eighth, number 14, Abram May. He'll be manning the left field position. And then batting ninth, playing second base, number 9, Mason Fuller. Again, the Alexandria Tigers are coached by Jeff Klosser. So again, that is the Selma American Legion Post 437 starting lineup there for the visiting team, the Alexandria Tigers. Now, here for your Wapahani Raiders. The starting lineup here for the Raiders will look like this here this evening.
Number 7, Nate Luce.
Leading off and playing shortstop, number 7, Nate Luce. Batting second and playing second base, number 11, Brant Longfellow. Batting third and playing first base, number 14, Landon Weller. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 5, Quentin James. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 15, Clay Estep. Batting sixth and playing center field, number 20, Brock Zitgraff. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 13, Ethan Bragg. Batting eighth and pitching for the Raiders, number 10, Kason Purdue. And then batting ninth, and he'll be the designated hitter here this evening, number 8, Grayson Acosta. He'll be hitting for the right fielder, number 4, Hayden James. Again, your Raiders are coached by Heath Dudley in his first season, assisted by Brian Dudley. As again, we'll have a brief pause in the action right here. Again, we'll have tonight's national anthem, as well as tonight's first pitch again out here from Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here on this Friday, April the 19th of 2024. We'll be back with more right after this.
Join us in the playing.
All right, folks, welcome back at it right here again. We have the Alexandria Tigers, 9-4, coming into this evening's ball game, taking on your 3-5 Wapahani Raiders. Again, the East Jackson Auto Sales defensive alignment here tonight for Wapahani. Around the outfield here in left field, we have number 13, Ethan Bragg, and centers Brock Zitgraff. Over in right is Hayden James. And then in the infield here around the horn, we have Clay Estap at third. We've got Nate Luce at short, Brant Longfell at second, and Landon Weller at first base. And then your battery mates calling the signs behind home plate. There's Quentin James, and towing the rubber here tonight is Kason Purdue here for your Raiders. So again, that is our East Jackson Auto Sales defensive alignment here tonight. Again, from a beautiful Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. What a great night for some baseball as we look to get this party started up in here with the leadoff man here for the Alexandria Tigers, and that's going to be the center fielder, number 5, Colin Johns. So Purdue, again, getting the start here tonight, the left-hander, hopefully eager to put on a great performance here for himself, as that first pitch will be in there for a called strike as this game will officially get underway here at 5:09 p.m. Again, here on Friday, April the 19th of 2024. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. As that was a long fly ball, but thankfully foul off the top of the fence. About 305, 306 feet away, essentially. So the count here at 0-2 here on the leadoff man, Colin Johns. Following him will be Aaron Matthews and then Carson Cuneo. Purdue will get his signs here from James, and the 0-2 pitch. That's going to sail outside for a ball 1-2. The 1-2 offering. That's going to miss low and away for ball 2. So an even count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man. Rock back, here's the pitch. Pop fly there in the shallow right field. The right fielder, James, is underneath it to make the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the first inning.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Aaron Matthews.
So now we've got the shortstop, number 2, Aaron Matthews, standing in. Again, always crucial, get that first out, kind of gets your feet underneath you here a little bit here if you're Purdue. Here's the pitch to Matthews. Nice looking curveball right there in there for a called strike, 0-1. Drops another one in there for a called strike. Again, that's a pitching staff here for the Raiders. They've pitched 51 1/3 innings so far. Not a great ERA, at least to this point. 6.41 team ERA, as that one's going to be fouled back, and we're going to redo it here at 0-2. But 6.41 ERA. They've allowed 73 hits, 65 runs, 47 of those earned, and 36 walks and 46 strikeouts. And that one's going to be just a touch low right there for a ball. So 1-2 the count on Matthews. Again, Carson Cuneo waiting on deck with 1 away here in the inning. The pitch from Purdue. Here you go. So out number 2 of the inning as Matthews will go down on strikes. And that will bring up the designated hitter, number 23, Carson Cuneo. Purdue takes a long look in there, gets what he likes, and the pitch will sail high and inside there for a ball 1-0. The Tigers offensively this season, .315 average, 9 homers. They've scored 100 runs in 13 games with 107 hits, as that one's going to sail wide for ball 2. They have 21 doubles as a team, 5 triples, a .440 on base percentage, and a .485 slugging percentage. So they are definitely getting after it there with the sticks. No doubt about that one, as Purdue in a little bit of a bind right here. 3-0 the count here on Cuneo. Just got to find a way to come all the way back, 1 pitch at a time. Purdue looks in there to James. The windup and the 3-0 offering will be low for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Cuneo. He'll make his way on down to first with a 2-out walk. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, number 34, Trevor Martin. So lefty on lefty right here. The first baseman, Landon Weller, again holding the runner on. Pick off back to first. He's in there easily. Again, Brant Longfellow shading a little bit closer here to the right field foul line as far as in the infield wise. With that left-handed hitter up, the pitch from Purdue, that's going to be in there for a called strike, 0-1. Swung on and missed, a throw down to second. Oh, and he will be deposited right there. That was a beauty of a throw right there from Quentin James as nails the runner there at second base, caught stealing for the third and final out here in the top half of the first inning. Again, they get a base runner, nothing to show for here. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll head to the home half the first. Tied at 0. We'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
We stand for doing the right thing, even when it's not convenient. We deliver integrity in all we do through our uncompromising ethical principles and values. Our clients count on us not to only help them buy or sell their home, but to make sure the process is infused with joy. We strive to bring a smile to their faces as they enter the next phase of their lives. Call Next Home Elite Real Estate today. We are here to help you.
For the Raiders.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Home half of the first inning here on the WHS Network, and we're going to lead things off here with the Raiders shortstop, number 7, Nate Luce. Nate steps in here, batting .458 on the season, 11 of 24. As that one will be in there for a called strike, 0-1. Again, the man on the mound here for the Alexandria Tigers, number 21, Griffin Cox here this evening, as that will be a fly ball, shallow fly ball there in the left field, and the left fielder will miss it. Luce will motor his way on to second base, and he will be in there standing up. And that is right there. That's how you get the offense rolling here, hopefully in the right direction tonight. Again, coming off an 18-run performance last night.
Number 11, Brant Longfellow.
So a leadoff double there from Nate, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, number 11, Brant Longfellow. Brant here on the season batting .286, 6 of 21, a double, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Again, Nate with pretty good speed out there at second base. Shows bunt, brings the bat back. The throw down to second base will not be in time. So 1 ball and no strikes here on Longfellow. Again, Nate with a pretty good lead out there at second. Here's the pitch from Cox. Gets the bunt down. Going to be a tough play right here. The throw down to first will barely get him there by about a half a step, but gets the job done. Moves the runner up to third. Now with 1 away here in the inning.
The first baseman, number 14, Landon Weller.
So with 1 down now in the inning, a man at third. That's going to bring up the first baseman, number 14, Landon Weller. And the first pitch will hit Weller. Snuck just a little bit inside right there, so Weller will take one there for the team. So he is now down at first base. The Raiders will have runners on the corners. So runners on the corners, one away, and that will bring to the plate the catcher, number 5, Quentin James. Again, he's in the cleanup spot for a reason. Great opportunity right here to clean up on the bases and put a crooked number up on the scoreboard. So 0-1 the count here on James. James here on the season, 321, 9 of 28, couple of doubles, also 6 ribeyes. As that's going to be just a touch high there for a ball now, 1-1. Following James, we've got Clay Estep. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So now 2-strike approach here for James. Got to shorten up, just find a way to put the ball in play and hopefully find some open real estate out there. The 1-2 pitch from Cox, that's going to be high there for ball 2. Two balls and 2 strikes with 2 on and 1 out. The pitch, that's going to be high and out of the zone there for ball 3. So Quentin has worked it from 1 and 2 now to a full count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Weller with a good lead over at first. Nate with the same at third. The payoff pitch swung on and missed, strike 3 for out number 2 here in the inning. So a very big strikeout there for Griffin Cox.
Number 15, Clay Estep.
And so now that's going to bring up the third baseman, number 15, Clay Estep. Estep, third best batting average on the team, 348 average, 8 of 23. 2 doubles, 7 RBIs, which I believe leads the team in that statistical category. So needs to come up big right here to keep this inning going. That's going to be a wild pitch. And just like that, the Raiders will get on the board here 1-0. Not exactly how you do it, as long as you do it. And we was able to get the run home, and that's all that matters. But now you still have a man out there in scoring position, and I'm not sure if they're – I don't know if they're possibly asking to see maybe if that ball might have hit the bat. That's at least the only thing that I could think of. And they came to the conclusion that that was not the case, again, assuming that that's what they was talking about. That's going to sail high there for another ball, so 2-0 the count. Here on Clay Estep. Weller at second base, 2 away in the inning. Zitgraf waits patiently on deck. Cox pick off back to second. Again, obviously that's such an important key from a aspect of being the runner out there. You want to make that pitcher pay attention to you, because if he does, then that means he's not only directing his attention to you, but he's not paying as much of attention to the batter, and that's where mistakes can happen. So another wild pitch, and Weller will now go ahead and take third base as the count is now 3-0 here on Estep. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Right down Broadway there for a called strike. Cox will get his signs and the pitch. And that's going to be high and inside for ball 4. So a nice at bat there from Clay Eastep. He will work the second, or not the second walk of the inning. Weller was hit by a pitch, so that's the first walk here in the inning. And the Raiders will have runners on the corners now with the center fielder, number 20, Brock Zitgraff, at the plate. Get a great opportunity still to cash in here with 2 away. Cox will come to the set. Here's the pitch. And that is right down the middle right there for a called strike, 0-1. Getting 1-0 lead here for Wapahani. Again, Nate Luce scored on a wild pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So a great spot to be in here if you're Griffin Cox. Not so much here for Zitgraff. Again, you can kind of see there a little bit shortening up there on the bat. Trying to put the ball in play. Eastep will go off towards second, but Zitgraff will go down swinging for the third and final out here in the inning. But the Raiders do come up with a run here in the home half of the first inning. They get 1 run here on 1 hit, also no errors, and 2 left on. We head now to the top of the second. Wapahani 1, Alexandria 0 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here. Had to cut the commercial break a little bit short. But nonetheless, here we're back here with inning number 2. We're going to lead things off here with the first baseman, number 34, Trevor Martin. So 2-0 the count here on Martin. Again, he was at the plate last inning, but Cuneo was caught stealing out there at second base. So 2-1 the count. Got Martin, Abshire, and Rowland due up here in the top half of the second inning for the Tigers. Oh, that one drops right in there. Thing of beauty there from Purdue. Two balls and 2 strikes. The wind up and the pitch. Gets him swinging for strike 3. For out number 1 here in the inning. That's the second strikeout so far through the first 4 batters here for Case and Purdue. And so now that's going to bring up the right fielder, number 17, Kaid Abshire. Here's the pitch. That's going to fall just low there for a ball. 1-0 the count to start off here with Abshire. Again, Clay Eastep playing about even with the bag there, maybe a step behind there at third base. Everybody else playing in regular depth in the infield. Two-0 the count. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled off. Okay, so I was wrong. First time for everything, I suppose. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 offering. Gets him swinging for strike 3, so back-to-back strikeouts here to lead off the top of the second inning.
The third baseman, number 1, Will Rowland.
And so now the third baseman, Will Rowland, will now step in here for the Tigers. In there for a called strike. So an even count of 1-1 here on Rowland. Again, 2 out here in the inning. 3 of the 5 batters have gone down swinging. So again, a great position to be in right here if you're Purdue. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if he kind of expands that striking zone a little bit. Here's the pitch. Good idea right there. See if he would have chased after it, but he did not. So the count now at 2-2. Again, a great crowd on hand here this evening, with obviously with all the festivities that went on here this evening. Great to have a great crowd out here at the ballpark. Again, we always have great fans out here anyway, regardless if there's a game or other festivities going on out here. But it's just nice to have everybody come together and enjoy an evening of baseball here from Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. So a full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Purdue here with a payoff pitch. And that's just going to be outside there for ball 4. So a 2-out walk. Again, after having him at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tough right there for Purdue, but he's got to find a way to bounce back right here. So that's going to bring up the catcher, number 27, Adrian Smith. Purdue looks in there to James, the pitch. That one's going to be fouled off to the backstop area. 0-1 the count. Got no balls, 1 strike. Rowland at first. Pick off. He'll be back in there safely. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball here to the right side of the infield. Weller's got plenty of time. He'll step on the bag, and that's going to do it here for the top half of the second inning after a 3 unassisted put away right there. The Tigers go quietly once again here. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We'll head here to the bottom half of the second inning. Wapahani 1, Alexandria 0 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
A licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. As we enter the home half of the second inning, we're going to lead things off here for your Raiders. Again, here with the left fielder, number 13, Ethan Bragg. Swung on and missed, chased that one a little bit. So an even count here of 1 ball and 1 strike. In there for a called strike 2. So Bragg in the hole here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Cox. He will foul that one back to the backstop. So we're going to redo things again here at 1 and 2. Again, the Raiders have Bragg, Purdue, and James due up here in the home half of the second inning. Left that one upstairs. Good job there by Bragg. So pitch number 6 of the at-bat upcoming. And he will skip that one to home plate there for ball 3. So the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that's going to get through the left side of the infield. Line drive there in the left field. Nice piece of hitting right there from Ethan Bragg, especially after finding himself down 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good bounce back right there to find a way to get on. And is able to do so right there with the second hit of the day there for Wapahani. So Bragg down at first. And now the pitcher, number 10, Kaysen Purdue at the plate. Again, looking to help himself right here. Cox with a pitch. That's going to sail outside there for a ball. 1-0 the count here on Purdue. And Kaysen on the season from a hitting aspect. .250 average. He is 3 of 12. 1 RBI and 1 run scored. And that's going to be upstairs there for ball 2. Pick off back to first, and Bragg is easily in there safely. So again, the count here, 2 balls, no strikes here on Purdue. Cox will come to the set, and the 2-0 offering will land low and away for ball 3. So I would imagine that they will have Purdue laying off of this one. Pretty safe to say anyway. Here's the 3-0. And that's going to be, that's going to catch the outside corner. So 3-1. Cox was the beneficiary right there for sure. That pitch just looked a touch outside. Man, that one's going to be fouled off there to the backstop area. So now the count here at 3 balls and 2 strikes. payoff pitch. That's going to sail high for ball 4. So the first 2 runners reach base. Bragg by the hit, and now a walk here of Case and Purdue. And so the Raiders got something cooking right here in this bottom half of the second inning. We're going to have a little mound visit here as Hayden James is due up at the plate here for Wapahani. Again, while we have a moment, we'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Big thanks to Joe's Barbecue and More, located at 209 North Pittenger Road in Selma, Indiana, right off State Road 32. They're not your average barbecue place. The family-owned Joe's Barbecue and More offers various savory dishes, including barbecue ribs, pulled pork, and pulled chicken, rib tips, brisket, boneless wings, along with fresh and tasty salads, wraps, sandwiches, flatbreads, and more. Again, this might not be your average barbecue place, but it is most definitely the place to be. They're open Thursday through Saturday, 4 to 9 p.m. Again, carry out orders. You can call them at 765-256-8542. So greatly appreciate Joe's Barbecue and More. I know from my personal perspective, I would highly recommend, as Hayden James will bunt that one right back to the pitcher. The throw down to first will get him in time, but the sacrifice will move runners up now to second and third with still only 1 out here in the inning. So a job well done right there for Hayden James. And now right back to the top of the order. We've got the Raiders shortstop, number 7, Nate Luce, stepping in. And led off the game with a double, and then later on end up scoring on a wild pitch. The pitch here to Luce. That's going to be upstairs. It's going to get by the catcher, and he will be in there safely, does Ethan Bragg. And so, again, 2 wild pitches have really spelled the demise here for Griffin Cox, as it's now 2-0 Wapahani. So 1 ball, no strikes to Nate. The pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 2. And, you can kind of tell, on some of these pitches, especially when the ball's going inside a little bit more, he's just releasing it a little bit too early, kind of flying open. And that's going to hit Luce. And so now he will make his way down to first base.
Now batting the second baseman.
So that's the second hits batter of the day here for Wapahani. So again, you have Case and Purdue at third. Well, we have a courtesy runner down there at third, actually, but you got the gist of it there. But then Nate Luce at first base, and now the second baseman, Brent Longfellow, at the plate here for Wapahani. Going to put down a sacrifice bunt there in the first inning. The throw down to second will get him. So Luce will be caught stealing. That's a crucial second out right there, especially considering the control issues here of Griffin Cox. So again, 0-1 here on Longfellow. Again, you still do have that runner at third. That's going to sail high for ball 1.
Now running from Wapahani, number 3, Camden Gibson.
The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball here to the third base side. He'll collect, throw on the first. And that's going to do it here in the bottom half of the second inning. But the Raiders push another run across right here. They get 1 run here on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 runner left on base. We head now to the top of the third. Again, it's Wapahani 2, Alexandria 0. Here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
The moments we live for, we celebrate, we must protect. This is what the IHSAA Foundation does every day. By providing scholarships to student athletes, developing coaches and athletic directors, recruiting and retaining high school officials, and awarding grants to IHSAA member schools, we can protect the future of high school sports for the next generation of Hoosiers. Will you join us? We need your help on our team. Donate today at ihsaafoundation.org.
2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. You have two choices. Option 1, take 2 nanoseconds to reach over and put on your seatbelt. Or option 2, decide it's too much work for a Saturday and don't put on your seatbelt. As the seatbelt alarm continues to sing the song of its people, you roll your eyes. You're just going down the block, you'll be fine. You take a turn to the left and that's when you see it.
Just wear your seatbelt. It's an easy way to save your own life. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute wants to remind you that choices matter. Click it to live it.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Top half the third inning and quickly into the action right here. A little 6-3 put out right there. Down goes number 14. That is Abram May. So first pitch, ground out there to shortstop Nate Luce.
Mason Fuller.
Again, if you're just joining us here for the first time this evening, again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Sure to appreciate everyone for tuning in and supporting us, but more importantly, these great student athletes here on both sides for both Alexandria and for Wapahani. Obviously, all the wonderful ceremonies here before the game. You can, if you're, like I said, if you're just joining us, you can go back and watch that. Again, that's a good thing about being on YouTube. You can watch this at any point in time, heck, even 30 years down the road. So it's nice just to be able to come together here for a nice night, and really a pretty good start here for Wapahani so far, here with a 2-0 lead. Again, not a lot of offense here from either side. Of course, that's a good thing here if you're Wapahani on the defensive side of the baseball, but hopefully we can get that offense going as far as with the bats, because we've had some runners on base, but unfortunately those have been left stranded. That one's going to be fouled back. So the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here on the number 9 hitter in the order, Mason Fuller. Following him back to the top of the order over with Colin Johns. And the throw down to first will not be in time, so there was no deflection off the bat. That ball just ricocheted off the shin guard there of Quentin James. And unfortunately, that didn't work out too well there for Wapahani this time around.
Colin Johns.
So again, a strikeout, then the pass ball allows him to reach first base. Again, still only 1 out here in the inning, and that will be just off the plate there for a ball 1-0 to start things off here with Colin Johns. Again, he is 0 for 1 here on the night, flew out to the right fielder to begin the ball game. Purdue will come to the set, pick off back to first, and Fuller is easily back in there. Here's the 1-0. Fly ball there in the shallow center field. That's if it barely makes out of the infield right there. Nice snag right there by Nate Luce to make the over-the-shoulder catch for out number 2.
I'm adding the shortstop, number 2, Aaron Matthews.
And so now the shortstop, number 2, Aaron Matthews, will step in at home plate with 2 away. Here in the inning, again, Fuller down at first base. Purdue gets the signs. Here's the pitch. Oh, yes, a thing of beauty. Nicely done and well place there by Purdue. So 0-1 the count here on Matthews. Again, Matthews struck out swinging back in the first inning. One of 4 strikeouts here for Case and Purdue. As Matthews now in a little bit of a bind here at 0-2. And Weller holding the runner on down at first. Everybody else is kind of playing straight up. Going on the pitch right there, loose. Nice job right there playing back, and Weller unable to scoop that one. Again, a bad throw right there. I thought that, especially after Nate was able to get his feet settled underneath him right there, that he's going to make a good throw, but unfortunately not the case that time. So an error there on the throw there from Luce allows Matthews to reach base. So essentially, we should have already been out of the inning. You know, you factor in the strikeout and then the pass ball that allowed Fuller to reach. And now, obviously, the throwing error. You know, and things like that happen, don't get me wrong, but very unfortunate situation now that Purdue's in. And that's a base hit right back up the middle, and that's going to make this a 2-1 ball game. And really the boot right there, that also ended the no-hitter. So, obviously, you know, the rules there for broadcasting, if there's a no-hitter going, you don't say anything about it. That's why I didn't say anything until now. You know, obviously the Tigers were stone cold here offensively through the first 2 2/3. And so they got their first hit right there from Cuneo. So Trevor Martin will step in. He is 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the second inning. He's looking to change his fortunes this time around. The pitch from Purdue will be low and away for a ball, 1-0. So again, Matthews at second base. Cuneo at first. One run has already come on home to score. And it's 1-0 here on Trevor Martin. As time will be called there by Martin there at home plate. Martin will step back in there. Purdue here on the rubber, looking in there to Quentin James. And he'll come to the set. Get a long pause. Now the 1-0 pitch. No swing right there, so now 2-0. Here's the pitch. Ground ball here to the third base side, and that will be just foul. Nice stop there from Clay Estep, too. Able to track that one down in foul territory. So 2-1 the count. And Martin was trying to take that one the other way. Again, Weller playing well off a first base bag down the line. Okay, so if Martin pulls it, here's a pitch. And he didn't chase that one. He held up just in time, so now 3-1 the count. And this inning has definitely went on longer than initially probably what it should have, but you got to go with the cards you're dealt right here, and Purdue's got to find his way out of this. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled off to the third base side and out of play. So that will run the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here on the Tigers' first baseman, Trevor Martin, again 0 for 1, struck out swinging. They're in the second inning, and Purdue is looking for that same outcome right here, right now. Cason will come to the set. And now the payoff pitch. And that's going to be low and outside for ball 4. So I imagine we might see a potential mound visit here. Be a little surprised if it doesn't happen. And guess that's not going to be the case. Oh, there we are. So we'll have a mound visit here again after the walk there of Martin. So Matthews at third, Cuneo at second, Martin at first. And we'll have Abshire here at the plate, again with the bases tanked and 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. We'll be back following this message from the IHSAA.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Okay, so the mound visit over with. We're back to baseball. And that first pitch will land right in there for a called strike, 0-1. So again, more than anything right there from head coach Heath Dudley, that was more of a, they call a check up from the neck up. Just get his mind in the right frame here again and try to lock down this inning right here and get out of this with no more runs crossing the plate. And wow, that quickly changed. So a hit by pitch right there's Abshire will now make his way to first base. And we are now tied at 2.
Now batting the third baseman, number 1, Will Rowland.
So Cuneo at third, Martin at second, and Abshire at first. And Will Rowland at the plate here for the Tigers. Again, still 2 away here in the inning. The pitch from Purdue will be fouled off, 0-1 the count. Again, Rowland walked in the second inning and then was left stranded over at first. So 2-1 the count here on Rowland. And a pitch from Purdue. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So a very, very big pitch right here. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Deuce is wild. Here's the pitch. Chopped right back to the pitcher. Purdue will throw on to first, and that's going to do it. Nice job right there to slam the door shut on the inning after just some unfortunate bad luck here in the top of the third. The Tigers do score 2 here in the inning. They get 2 runs on a hit, also an error, and 3 runners left on. We will head to the bottom half of the third inning, tied at 2 here from Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here on the WHS Network.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back here to Raider Baseball here on the WHS Network. Bottom half of the third inning here with our Next Home Elite Real Estate game break. Tied here at 2. Again, a couple of runs put on the board there by Alexandria here in the top half. The Raiders looking to hopefully answer back on the offensive side of the baseball. As Griffin Cox will start his third inning of work right here, and that first pitch will be in there for a called strike, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Outside. So 1-1 the count here on Landon Weller. Again, Weller was hit by a pitch there in the first inning and ended up getting all the way to third base, but was unfortunately left stranded all over there by his lonesome, as that one's going to fall low for ball 2. Again, following him, we have 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up here in the home half of third. Landon Weller, Quentin James, and Clay Estep. And looking to do damage. High fly ball, left field, and gone, but foul. By about 7 or 8 feet right there. So Weller had the distance, just a little bit to the right. So now we're going to redo it again, except this time at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cox gets the signs and a 2-2. That's going to be outside there for ball 3. Great job there by Weller not to chase. So a full count here of 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch, and that's going to hit him right on the hand. And so I tell you what, old Landon, he's going to have to go home and take an ice bath after this is all said and done. Getting hit left and right, both plate appearances so far. So he's on down there at first, taking one there for the team. And that's going to bring up the catcher, number 5, Quentin James. James struck out swinging in the first inning, 0 for 1 so far. Again, a .321 hitter on the season. So that one's going to get by there. So a 1-0 count there after the wild pitch puts Weller now in scoring position. One-0 pitch right down the middle there for a called strike. Or close to right down the middle. So again, Weller at second base in scoring position. Middle infielders trying to keep him at bay right there to where it doesn't get too big of a lead. Here's the 1-0, or 1-1, pardon me, in there for a called strike. So now 1-2. So yet again here with 2 strikes, got to protect and hopefully find an open hole in the defense right here. Again, with the shortstop keeping him close to the bag, you might have that left side of the infield wide open. Down the third base line and foul again there, this time for Quentin James. So we're going to redo it again here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cox will come to the set. And, again, really worried about Weller out there at second base. Which, again, nothing wrong with keeping him close. But you don't want to direct all of your attention to him because, again, then that really takes your focus away there from the batter. That was a little too close for comfort, I know that much. So that pitch just a touch high. So 2-2 the count. The 2-2 offering. Ground ball here to the third base side. He'll collect, throw on to first. Nice play right there by the third baseman. 5-3 put away there for out number 1. And so now that's going to bring up the third baseman, number 15, Clay Estep. Estep drew a walk there in the first inning, and then was left stranded there. The pitch here from Cox. And another one's going to sail away there for ball 1. That will just miss what I would assume low right there for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes here to Estep. Again, great hitters count. Cox leaves one right over the plate. Estep better take full advantage of that situation. And a brief stoppage right here. Looks like so the gate in right center field flew open. And so they're going to have to reattach that. Thankfully, Wapahani has their fastest runner out there taking care of that. So big thanks there to Camden Gibson. All right, so now we're ready for baseball again here. So again, 2 balls and no strikes here on Estep. Weller again still out there at second, waiting to go ahead and come on home. Griffin Cox here with the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled back and out of play, now 2-1. Again, Estep here on the season coming into the night's ball game. Third on the team in batting average, a .348 average with a pair of doubles. And leads the team in RBIs with 7 of them. So this would be a great time to collect number 8 right here. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Weller taken off for third. And so he will be in there safely. So the runner does move up. Even though you swung and missed. We still got some sort of a advantage out of that. The 2-2 popped up behind home plate, and that will get out of play. Thankfully, we have a lot of baseball players around here. We shouldn't have anything fall in. As far as in the stands here tonight with our 2004 and 2014 state championship teams here this evening, and we recognized them earlier on tonight. So again, 2 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Estep. Popped up, first base side. The catcher runs over there, and he will make the catch for out number 2 here in the inning. So really, your heart of the order right here for Wapahani. Unfortunately, it's kind of faltered here these last couple at bats. With the foul out there to the catcher, that's going to bring up the center fielder, number 20, Brock Zitgraff. Again, Zitgraff struck out swinging back in the first inning, 0 for 1. Looking to change his fortune right here and hopefully find his way on base. Little bloop shot there to the second baseman. waited way too long. So Fuller really needed to come and get that ball. Instead, he waited back, and Zitgraff made him pay. So 3-2 Wapahani. That worked out beautifully. Again, Zitgraff utilizing the wheels. Again, doesn't necessarily mean, have to be how hard you hit the ball, just as long as you place it. And found a great opportunity right here and being able to get over there and lickety split down the first base line and being there safe. So again, Weller end up scoring RBI there for Brock Zitgraff, which that is now his 4th on the season. High fly ball down the left field line, and they will not get to it in time. Nice camera work there from Redbeard. So 0-1 the count here on Ethan Bragg. And Bragg 1 for 1 so far tonight with the run scored. Throw back over there. It's going to get away from the first baseman, but not far enough. So again, 0-1 the count. 2 away the pitch. That's going to be fouled right back at us. That was a go-go gadget arm situation right there. Could have reached right on out there and had a souvenir to take home. So 0-2 the count here on Bragg. Case and Purdue on deck. Again, Zitgraff at first with good wheels. The pitch. It's going to be inside there for a ball 1-2. Zitgraff off and running, and they say that pitch was off the bat and into the catcher's glove, so that will be strike 3 swinging, and that's going to do it here for the bottom half third inning. But Wapahani tacks on another run right here. They've scored in all 3 innings so far as they get 1 run here on a hit. Also, no errors and 1 runner left on base. We will head now to the top half, the 4th inning. Again, it is Wapahani 3, Alexandria 2, right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, with the top half of the 4th inning. Again here from beautiful Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. A 3-2 Wapahani lead as we head to the top half of the 4th. Again, Case and Purdue on his 4th inning of work. pitched a very good first, well, essentially 2 2/3, and then things kind of went haywire defensively here for the Raiders as that was rifled out there in the left field. Nice snag, Ethan Bragg. I actually didn't even mean to do that, but that rhymed, and that sounded darn good. So we're going to roll with it there for the first down of the inning.
Number 14, Abram May.
So Smith quickly out there on one pitch. And now it's going to bring up the left fielder, number 14, Abram May. So 1-0 the count here on May. Following him will be Mason Fuller. So again, 7, 8, and 9 hitters here in the order for the Tigers. 2-0 the count now. Again, May grounded out to the shortstop back in the third inning. And looking to do much of the same right here. Loose collects, throws on to first. And that's going to get him by about a half a step right there for out number 2. Nice stretch there from Weller there on the other end. So 6-3 put away for out number 2, and that will bring up the second baseman, number 9, Mason Fuller. So again, Fuller here in the third inning struck out swinging and then up advancing to first base on the pass ball. It hit right off the shin guard. It was in the air, so at least from what I could tell, it didn't hit the dirt. But went off the shin guard, and next thing you know, the inning went haywire. But luckily, Wapahani was able to retake the lead there in the home half, and have held on to that so far, now 3-2. Ground ball right back up the middle. Loose. Didn't get the glove down a little bit too low, or not low enough right there, and ends up there with a well, we'll just go ahead. That was going to be a tough play right there. Pretty speedy young man. We'll go ahead and give him a hit. So Fuller down at first base. And now that's going to hit Johns. So this is already starting to look like the third inning here again. But again, that's not the mindset you got to have here if you're Case and Purdue. You just got to get back after it. New batter right here. You have shortstop Aaron Matthews. It's got to slam the door shut on the inning. Whatever happened in the last 2 at-bats, that is what it is. Now you just got to look forward to this at-bat right here. Popped up. Foul side of first base. Weller right there. Excellent work. Nice job there by Purdue and the Raiders to get the job done here as the Tigers strand a pair here in the top half of the fourth inning. No runs on a hit. Also no errors. And 2 left on. We will head now to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Wapahani 3, Alexandria 2. Again, right here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Welcome back with the bottom half of the fourth inning here on the WHS Network. 3-2 Wapahani, as we will lead things off here for Wapahani with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here in the bottom half of the fourth. We're going to start things off here with a pitcher, number 10, Cason Purdue. Again, we do have a new pitcher on the mound. That is Carson Cuneo. So Griffin Cox goes 3 innings, allows 3 runs on 3 hits. And so we'll see what Cuneo does here on the mound. Hopefully Wapahani has a nice plan here for him. But quickly, 0-2 to start things off here on Cason Purdue. Again, he walked back in the second inning. Here's the pitch. That's outside there for ball 1-2. Again, following Purdue, we'll have Hayden James and then Nate Luce, as Purdue will strike out swinging for out number 1 here of the inning. So again, that is now the 4th strikeout for a Tiger pitcher here today. Cuneo gets the signs here from Smith. The pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1 here on Hayden James. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Again, Hayden put down a sacrifice bunt back in the second inning. And they say he went. That will quickly dispose of him. So the first 2 batters go down on strikes. And that will now bring up the shortstop, number 7, Nate Luce. Nate so far here on the evening, 1 for 1. Doubled and scored a run there in the first inning, and then was hit by a pitch in the second. As he will watch that one in there for called strike, 0-1 to start things off here with Luce. Following him will be Brant Longfellow. There's ball 1. Now an even count here of a ball and a strike. The pitch will just miss there for ball 2. And that's going to hit Luce. So he is also the victim of a second hit by pitch of the day. Him and Weller joining each other right there. So Luce now down at first base. Again, 2 away here in the inning. Apologize there on the graphic. But again, 2 away here in the inning, and that will bring up the second baseman, number 11, Brant Longfellow. 0 for 1 on the night, put down a sacrifice bunt in the first inning and then grounded out to the shortstop in the second. So that one's going to be high there for a ball, 1-0 to start things off here on Longfellow. And Brant on the season, batting .286 coming into the evening with 6 RBIs and 6 runs scored. Here's the pitch. Another one high there for ball 2, and Luce will be thrown out again at second base. So the second time he's been caught stealing, as that's going to do it here for inning number 4. Wapahani again with a 3-2 lead here after 4 innings. Make sure to stay right here with us. Coming up here, inning number 5 here from Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here on the WHS Network. Top half the fifth inning here from Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here in Selma, Indiana. A 3-2 Wapahani lead here as we head to the top half the fifth with the pitcher, number 23, Carson Cuneo. Cuneo so far on the evening, 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. As that first pitch will be in there for a called strike, 0-1. Purdue here with a windup and a pitch. That's going to be low and inside there for ball. Kaysen so far here on the night, 4 innings pitched. He's allowed 2 hits on the evening. Also 2 runs, but none of those were earned. As that one's going to be chopped foul there to the third base side. Now 1-2 the count. He's also walked a pair of batters and has struck out 4. Here's the 1-2. That one's going to be fouled back there to the backstop area. One ball, 2 strikes. Purdue gets the signs from James. Here's the pitch. Chopped once again here to the third base side, and another one foul. So back to it again. Purdue looking to put away Cuneo. Here's the pitch. Oh, yeah, pull the chainsaw. He gone. There for out number 1 to begin the top of the fifth.
Now batting the first baseman, number 34, Trevor Martin.
So that is now the 5th strikeout here of the evening for Kaysen Purdue. That one's going to sail high and inside there to the first baseman, Trevor Martin. Getting Martin here on the night, 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the second inning and then walked in the third. And that one's in there for a called strike. Martin bailed out on the pitch, and then that one curved right on back in there. That one flies outside there for ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Martin. The windup and a pitch. And that will miss inside there for ball 3. So again, just got to stay composed right here. Make a good pitch. Let Martin get himself out. Here's the pitch. Perfect. Ground ball here to the second base side. Longfellow on the first. 4-3 put away there for out number 2. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, number 17,
Now batting the right fielder, number 17,
Gage Abshire.
Abshire.
So a very nice job right there to get Martin there on that ground out. If we can get Abshire right here, that would be huge, especially from the standpoint, how the last couple innings have kind of went to, up that pitch count a little bit more. That will miss outside for a ball. So 1 ball and a strike. Curveball in there, swung on and missed for strike 2. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Purdue here with a windup and a 1-2 pitch. That will miss outside for ball 2. Again, really for the most part, Kaysen's done a pretty good job mixing the speeds up a little bit Hitting different quadrants here of the zone. Knows when to come inside, then go back out, up and down. A perfect pitch right there will get him looking for strike 3. And 3 up, 3 down go the Tigers here in the top half of the 5th inning. Again, a couple of strikeouts here for Purdue. Runs his total now to 6. As Wapahani, after 4.5 innings, lead at 3-2. We'll be back with more right after these messages. All right, folks, welcome back here. Home half of the 5th inning here for Wapahani. Here with a 3-2 lead here as we head to the bottom half of the 5th with a second baseman, number 11, Brant Longfellow, due up to start off the inning.
Number 11, Brant Longfellow.
Again, we have 2, 3, and 4 hitters, so right there at your, part of the lineup type of action right here in this bottom half of the 5th inning. Let's see if the Raiders can push some more runs across right here as Longfellow will foul one off there to the first base side. Quickly, 0-1 the count. Again, the sun has kind of went up into the clouds now, and, of course, just touch after 6:30 now as Longfellow will wear that one in the back. So, tell you what, these Tiger pitchers have had a tough time with their command here today. That is already now the 5th hits Batman of the evening. So Longfellow, and again, if you're Wapahani, hey, you'll take it. That's a base runner. But Longfellow now down at first base. And that will now bring up the first baseman, number 14, Landon Weller. He's been on base 2 times. Those 2 times, well, you can probably guess what happened. That's right, he got hit by a pitch. And he scored back in the 3rd inning, as that one will be upstairs for a ball. 1-0 to start things here on Weller. Following him, we have Quentin James, and then Clay Estep. And then hopefully a little bit further than that here in the order for Wapahani here in the bottom half of the 5th. The pitch catches the outside corner. Pick off back in there is Longfellow safely at first. And a line shot right by the shortstop there in the left center field. So Weller there with a single to put runners now at first and second, and still nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Nice piece of hitting there from Weller. So Longfellow at second, Weller at first, and now the catcher Quentin James at the plate here for Wapahani. That pitch outside, 1-0 here to Quentin James. Quentin so far 0 for 2 here on the night. Struck out swinging in the 1st inning and then grounded out to the 3rd baseman back in the 3rd. That pitch will sail high, the throw down to second. Tell you what, pretty dangerous right there because that ball sails. That's going to be in the center field. If the center fielder ain't paying very good attention, that could end up second and third in no time. That's going to be a high fly ball there in the left center field. The ball keeps on carrying. The center fielder there to make the catch. Both runners tag and advance up a base right here. So job well done right there by Quentin James. Again, advancing both runners right there. Now only 90 feet away from scoring there is Longfellow. And that's going to bring up number 15, Clay Estep. Estep 0 for 1 on the night, drew a walk in the first, and then fouled out to the catcher in the third inning. In there for a called strike, 0-1 here on Clay. In the infield, playing in on the edge of the grass. The pitch popped up, shallow right field. I'm not sure if that's definitely not going to be enough right there. They're going to throw on home and test the arm, and the catcher dropped the ball. Holy Moses, the Raiders got bailed out on that one. So sacrifice fly RBI there for Clay Estep. Ends up scoring Longfellow. And so now the center fielder, number 20, Brock Zitgraff, will step in. Again, Weller advanced on the third. Again, Longfellow scored there on the RBI sacrifice fly there from Clay Estep. And there for a called strike, 0-1. Again, 2 down here in the inning. 4-2 is your score, looking to add to that total. Zitgraff swung on and missed, strike 2. So yet again, just another batter here. You got to shorten up. Stay relaxed and hopefully be confident in what your abilities are right here to find a way to get on base somehow, some way. And your corner infielders playing about a step or two behind the edge of the grass as Zitgraff will strike out swinging to end the inning. But Wapahani, they end up coming through here with another run here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. They get a run on 1 hit, also no errors, and 1 runner left on base. To the top of the 6th inning we go. It is Wapahani 4, Alexandria 2 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, welcome back here. Getting back from the break a little bit late right there. Apologize for that. Third baseman number 1, Will Rowland, to lead things off here in the top half of the 6th inning here for Alexandria. Ground ball here to the second base side. Brant Longfellow collects, throws on to first for a 4-3 put away right there for out number 1. So quickly disposed of there is Rowland.
27, Adrian Smith.
And now we've got the catcher, number 27, Adrian Smith, stepping in. Smith here on the night, 0 for 2. Grounded out to the first baseman back in the second inning, as that one will fall low and inside. So 1-0 to count there on Smith. Lined out then to the left fielder back in the fourth inning. Ground ball. Loose collects it short on the first. Nice stretch there from Landon Weller, and a 6-3 put out there for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Purdue. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, number 14, Abram May. May on the night. A pair of ground outs there to the shortstop, Nate Luce. Other than that, that's about it. Here's the pitch from Purdue. And that will miss low for a ball, 1-0 the count. He'll get his signs. The windup. Here's the 1-0 offering. That's going to miss up and in for ball 2. Hard shot there to the second baseman, Longfellow, unable to handle that one. You know, the ball deflected off his body there initially, but then the ball just kind of scrambled around there with his feet a little bit, and next thing you know, ends up at first base. So again, a good stop there initially there for Longfellow. Unfortunately, was not able to get the out right there, but kept ball in front. We'll work from here. That is now the second error of the day here for Wapahani. Throw back over there to first base, keeping May honest over there. Got the number 9 hitter in the order here, second base, number 9, Mason Fuller. Believe it or not, this is where a good bulk of the damage has started from, right here at the bottom part of the order. And there's a little bloop shot down the third base line. Here we go again. So third hit of the day here for Alexandria. And Fuller has 2 of them.
The center fielder, number 5.
So May at second base, Fuller at first. And back to the top of the order now with the center fielder, number 5, Colin Johns. 0 for 2 and a hit by pitch here on the evening for Johns. Purdue, another inning where he's going to have to wiggle out of trouble here, as Johns will swing right through that one quickly and 0-1. Purdue will come to the set. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So again, a great spot right here if you're casing, you know, the one thing you definitely want to avoid is leaving one right over the heart of the plate. Again, this is where you want to expand the zone, you know, work your corners and then expand outward a little bit and see if you can get Johns to chase after one. The 0-2 offering. And that is strike 3, swinging a beautiful pitch right there from Purdue. Gets him right there in the low part of the zone, or low and out of the zone right there for strike 3. And that's going to do it here for the top half of the 6th inning. 7 strikeouts here for Purdue. The Raiders lead at 4-2 here after 5.5, as the Tigers get no runs on a hit, also an error, and 1 left on. We will head now to the bottom of the 6th. Again here from Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here on the WHS Network.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
All right, folks, welcome back there again. Had to cut that commercial break short. Apologize there to Next Home Elite Real Estate there for that. We're going to start things off here with a left fielder, number 13, Ethan Bragg. Again, a new pitcher here for the Tigers. Number 2, Aaron Matthews. Again, the shortstop, well, he was playing shortstop, so he moved to the pitcher's mound. And then we have Will Rowland has moved from third to second. Carson Cuneo from the mound to third base. And then we have the second baseman, Fuller, moved from second base to the shortstop position. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Ethan Bragg. And the pitch. Whew, that looked a little bit low right there, but Bragg is down on strikes for out number 1 here in the inning. So now number 10, Kaysen Purdue at the plate. Again, looking to help himself right here. That one will be fouled off to the third base side and out of play. 0-1. Purdue here on the night. Oh, he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out swinging back in the 4th inning. He walked in the 2nd. Matthews will get the signs here from Smith. Then the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And Wapahani here with a 4-2 lead. Here on this Friday, April the 19th of 2024. Again, renaming Raider Field tonight after head coach Brian J. Dudley again. So it's now Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. Again, we recognized the 2004 and 2014 state championship teams. Again, that was all in the pregame. So again, if you are just joining us, make sure to go back and look at that from earlier this evening. Very nice ceremony. And then the fireworks display there by Boomtown Fireworks. Shout out there to them. Again, they'll be opening up again Memorial Day weekend at their store there on Wheeling Avenue across from Arby's. So go check them out for all your firework needs. Getting to that time of the year, especially when it gets nice outside, people want to just go out and randomly start shooting off fireworks. And you don't even have to have a reason, especially around here anymore. You have to start shooting them off left and right, because that one's going to be fouled off. Here's the pitch. Ground ball here to the second base side. Costa will not get there in time. 4-3 put away there for out number 3. And so 3 up, 3 down go the Raiders here in the bottom half of the 6th inning as they get no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We will head now to the top of the 7th. It is Wapahani 4, Alexandria 2. Kaysen Purdue looking to finish what he started right here on the WHS Network. All right, welcome back. Top of the 7th inning here from Coach Brian J. Dudley Field as your Wapahani Raiders lead the Alexandria Tigers 4-2. And we're going to lead things off here with a pitcher, number 2, Aaron Matthews, as that is going to be a high fly ball there in the center field. Zitgraf is there, back pedals, and will make the catch for out number 1 there of the top of the 7th. So a great way to get it started. That will now bring up the third baseman, number 23, Carson Cuneo. Cuneo here on the evening. He is 1 for 2. Drew a walk in the first inning, singled in the third, and then struck out looking in the 5th. As that pitch will be low there for a ball, 1-0. Again, Purdue, 7 strikeouts here on the night. I believe he has, 3 walks so far here this evening. As that one's going to be fouled out of play now, 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 with 1 out. Purdue gets a signs here from James. And the pitch. That's going to fall low and away for ball 2. Again, really, aside from a couple of innings where he's gotten a couple outs and then, the wheels have kind of fell off defensively, been very pitch efficient. And he's stayed in the zone. I mean, granted, like I said, he does have 3 walks, but I mean, heck, for a freshman, I think he's done a pretty darn good job here this evening, and hopefully he can keep things rolling here in the right direction here for himself. Ground ball there to Clay Estep, throw on the first, nicely done. He hasn't had too many opportunities here tonight, so he took full advantage there on that one. So 5-3 put away for out number 2. And the Tigers down to their final out right here. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, number 34, Trevor Martin. Martin 0 for 2 with a walk, struck out swinging in the second inning, walked in the third, and then grounded out to the second baseman in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball here to the second base side. This should do it. Longfellow tosses on a first. Oh, heck yes. The Raiders win it. Final score of 4-2 as the Raiders get the W here on Coach Brian J. Dudley night. Oh, man, what a sight to see here this evening, folks. Been a great night of Wapahani Raider baseball as again, we recognize the state championship teams, 2004 and 2014, renaming the field here tonight, and the Raiders get the W. It doesn't get much better than this here, folks. Make sure to stay right here with us. We'll have our Raiders Live post-game show. Again, recapping this one here tonight. Wapahani 4, Alexandria 2. Wapahani with the victory here tonight. We'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
We stand for doing the right thing, even when it's not convenient. We deliver integrity in all we do through our uncompromising ethical principles and values. Our clients count on us not to only help them buy or sell their home, but to make sure the process is infused with joy. We strive to bring a smile to their faces as they enter the next phase of their lives. Call Next Home Elite Real Estate today. We are here to help you.
Set it, and Rich will put it down with some authority. Raiders. Oh, make it rain, baby. Yes! Drives left, kicks it to the corner, to the left wing. The corner, or the wing three is up and good. Zoe Swallow dials it up from long range. Payoff pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball center field. That's going to get out here for loose. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball. That's going to get through the left side of the infield. That's going to score another run. And that's going to be an RBI single. All right, folks, welcome back here to our Raiders Live post-game show, again presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate, again a proud sponsor here of the WHS Network, as your Wapahani Raiders here on the smiling side of the scoreboard here this evening by a final score of 4-2, and really what was a truly wonderful evening here from what is now Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here in Selma, Indiana. Obviously, you know, I've said it, I don't know, probably 15 times already. But, you know, to have the field renamed after Coach for everything he's done all these 40 years out here, the countless lives that he has touched, not only on the field but off the field as well. I mean, you know, he does a lot, you know, even within the community outside of here. You know, he was a teacher for many years. He just retired from teaching, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and now he's kind of like the maintenance guy out here, does a little bit of anything and everything, keeps up all the sports facilities out here, does a lot of, you know, different in and out jobs in all 3 schools, the elementary, middle school, and high school. And, you know, so he stays busy every single day, and he's just a legendary, you know, Hall of Fame coach and guy, and I couldn't be happier for him to get the recognition that he deserves here tonight. And what was like I said, a historic and monumental night here for Coach Brian Dudley, and then the recognition there of the 2004 and 2014 state championship teams. You know, to get to a state championship is very difficult. And I remember, you know, and I mentioned this earlier, I remember going to both of those games. Obviously, one as just a regular old spectator. I was going into my 8th grade year. It was in the summer, going into my 8th grade year. And I remember watching those guys down there at Victory Field. I remember watching Eric Van Mater on the mound there for the Raiders. You know, I remember all those guys, you know, and going down there to watch them. Some of them I ended up having as teammates, you know, the very next year when I played, because I played 4 years out here for Coach Dudley. And so it was really neat, you know, getting associated then with those guys that went to the state championship just, you know, a year or two later. And so very neat experience there, and getting to play with those guys. But, you know, having him for a coach, and then, you know, being able to see, you know, what he was able to do there through the years. You know, like I said, didn't win it in 2004, but then in 2014, I know myself and Redbeard had the privilege of being able to go down there and broadcast the state championship game, in which Wapahani was victorious there in that one, to claim their first ever and only so far state championship for 2A baseball for the Wapahani Raiders. So just memories that you can look back on years from now, and we have years from now, 20 and 10 years from now, or from when it happened. And it still just seems like yesterday, really, in all honesty. I don't know if those guys feel that way or if Coach feels that way, but I know from my perspective, being a spectator and a fan of everything Wapahani sports and Wapahani Raider baseball, and always wanting to play out here on this field, and had the opportunity all 4 years, it means a lot to me, and still does. You know, I mean, there's not a day that goes by that I don't even wish that I was still out there playing for Coach Dudley again, you know, and going through the battle, you know, and the grind of a season, and trying to come out here and put your best foot forward and win. It's just a lot of excitement, and I know that these current guys that are playing, you know, they can kind of take that all in, and hopefully they'll really even understand it years from now. when their playing days are over with, and are able to just kind of look back and think, man, that was a really, really good time and a very neat opportunity. And so just a great night here tonight for everyone involved. And we're just, honored and privileged to be able to broadcast these games and for doing it as long as we have. Like I said, many times before, this is our 13th year. As far as with the play-by-play broadcasting and camera work, and it's it never gets old. Every single year, it's always a new challenge, a new opportunity, and it brings lots of excitement. And this team here today, there wasn't a ton of offense here from either side. It was more of a pitcher's duel, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. But more importantly, Wapahani came out on top 4-2, and that's exactly the way we like it. The final line score here for both sides. First here for Alexandria, they had 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 7 runners left on base. Wapahani on the flip side of things, 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and 6 runners left on. Again, the winning pitcher here tonight obviously goes there to freshman pitcher Kaysen Purdue. Pitched all 7 innings, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, had 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The losing pitcher tonight goes to Griffin Cox. Again, he went 3 innings, end up allowing 3 of those 4 runs that Wapahani put up on the board there in his losing cause here tonight. The Raiders offensively here, when you look down the order, Nate Luce 1 for 1 with a run scored. Brant Longfellow 0 for 1 with a run scored. Landon Weller 1 for 1 with a run scored. Quentin James 0 for 3. Clay Estep 0 for 1 with an RBI. Brock Zitgraff 1 for 3 with an RBI. Ethan Bragg 1 for 3 with a run scored. Kaysen Purdue 0 for 2. And then Hayden James and Grayson Acosta both 0 for 1 here on tonight. As Wapahani again victorious here from now Coach Brian J. Dudley Field. 4-2 is the final score here in this one, as your Wapahani Raiders now improve to 4-5 on the season. Again, they'll be back at it on Monday night when they travel over to Yorktown to take on the Yorktown Tigers. That will be a 5 p.m. start time. Again, no broadcast there from us. We really doing away games is very difficult just from a Wi-Fi and seating arrangement standpoint, so it gets to be a little bit of a pain. So we really don't do very many away games anymore, but you can catch us back on the WHS network on Tuesday night, in which your Wapahani Raiders will take on the Randolph Southern Rebels in another MEC Conference matchup. So we hope you guys are able to tune in there for that one. Again, Wapahani taking on Randolph Southern 5 p.m. for our broadcast there on Tuesday evening. Again, congratulations here to your Wapahani Raiders again with a 4-2 victory here tonight. Like I said, 4-5 on the season. Again, thank you to everyone involved here today for putting on a great ceremony before the game. Again, congratulations to the 2004 and 2014 state championship teams. We greatly appreciate all those guys for being here tonight. Big thanks and congratulations there to head coach Brian Dudley. Appreciate him, and like I said, congratulations to a well-deserved man for a great honor here tonight. And also big thanks to Boomtown Fireworks for their fireworks show during that renaming of the field ceremony this evening. And a big thanks to all of you out there watching us tonight, wherever you're watching us from. We appreciate you, and thank you for tuning in. And until next time, folks, again, I'm Brandon Morvillius, alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy, saying good night from Coach Brian J. Dudley Field here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.